This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video on my own personal YouTube channel. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me today. It is very much appreciated. What I've got coming up for you today is we've got another French-based Classic Watch 25 possible to take a look at ahead of the upcoming French 1,000 and 2,000 guineas that are taking place this coming Sunday at Longchamp. But before we take a look at the horse, I better tell you where we can find these horses. ClassicWatch25.great/site.net is where people will be able to find these horses. You can see now the site really starting to come together. Got Australian trained horses, Japanese trained horses, USA trained horses, UK trained horses, and Irish trained horses currently. The French trained horses hopefully will be on in the next couple of days that are taking place in the first two French classics of the season. Any French-based trained horse that we've identified as a possible will be put on the site if it runs. ClassicWatch25.great/site.net is where people can find these horses. One of them may be Zarigana. Beautifully bred horse, this. Arguably the best bred horse on Classic Watch 25. Sired by Siuni out of a dam called Zarigana, who herself was sired by Frankel, a female born on 30th of the 1st, 2022. Trained by Francis Henri Graffard and owned and bred by the Aga Khan. Very interesting horse, this Zarigana. People take a look at the form. They will see that the horse has only not won one of her 4 starts. She was second in the Group 1 Prix Marcel Boussac, the big French race for 2-year-old fillies, at the end of her 2-year-old campaign. Before that, she was a Group 3 winner in the Prix du Mal. She also won first time out, and she came back with a Group 3 trial victory as well in her first run of 2025. The horse has won 1 race at Chantilly and 2 races at Longchamp, which is where the classics take place. And she has a beautiful pedigree, it's fair to say, without any shadow of a doubt. We're going to take a look at that. You'll see there that she's down as a participant in the SI Pouliche on Sunday. And she also won the Group 3 Prix de la Grotte. That was the race I couldn't remember her winning this year. And you'll see she's always also entered as a possible at the first forfeit stage for the French Oaks as well, which is in around a month's time. The race closes. Very interesting horse if people look at the pedigree of this horse. But before we do that, I know people like to take a look at these horses on the Racing Post as well. You'll see there the form on the Racing Post. Her best run was when she was second in the Lagardère, beating the nose by Vertical Blue, where she ran to a mark of 110. This horse has always gone off around odds on. Bookie's horse, people could say, but the pedigree of the horse, some of them, they are what they are. You'll see the horse won by 4 lengths on debut, running to a mark of 90. The horse then won the Prix du Mal by 3 lengths, beating Angile, running to a mark of 104. And then her comeback run this year when she beat She's Perfect, the English Raider, by a neck, running to a mark of 108. All 4 of her starts, she's been ridden by Mikel Barcelona. People take a look at her on the Pedigree Online Thoroughbred database. They will see everything is up to date. 4 starts, 3 wins, 1 second. Total earnings so far of €186,440. And you'll see there, first Prix de Mal, second Marcel Boussac at 2, third at 3, first Prix de la Grotte, all up to date. Totally. The bit we need off this, though, mainly is the dam line. And people will see that Zarigana is dam line 9C on the Pedigree Online Thoroughbred database. What people will see is they might recognise a few of these. What we're going to do is actually going to take a look at the first 7 dams of this horse, arguably a record on these videos. And we're going to try and pick up any well-bred horses along the way that we usually pick up. Then what we'll do is we'll watch the horse win 3 times. Seeing as though Zarigana won on debut, we'll watch her debut win at Chantilly, and then we'll watch her win second time out in the Group 3 Prix de Mile, and then we'll watch her reappear in 2025 in another Group 3, the Prix de la Grotte, age 3. And then I think we will be able to get on with our lives somewhat and look forward to Sunday. Right, what we've got coming up first is the dam of the horse, Zarigana. A horse I actually identified myself on Reprieve Media CIC Racing, I think, or maybe doublehandful.ml. Zarigana, a mare born in 2015, sired by Frankel out of Zarkava. Zarigana raced 5 times in her career. She won twice and was third twice. Only out of the first 3 in one of her 5 starts. Earnings of €123,380 for Zarigana. She was solid on the track on occasions. She was spectacular. She won the listed Prix de Tiberville over a mile and a half in 2018. And she was also Group 1 and Group 3 placed in the Prix Vermeil at Longchamp, I think that race is. And she was also placed in the Group 3 Prix Minerve as well. Very good horse. And you will see that from Zarigana, she is a black type producer. Got some horses to look at now. Ready? Zarshana, a mare foaled in 2011, sired by See the Stars, out of a dam called Zarkasha. You will see that Zarkava, who is the second dam of this horse, is also out of Zarkasha, as is this one, Zarshana. Zarshana raced 7 times in her career. She was only again out of the first 3 in 1 of 7 starts. 2 wins, a second and 3 thirds, earning of €120,500 on the horse. So this is a half-sister to the second dam, unless Zarkava is by See the Stars, I think, isn't she? Oh no, Zamindar. So this is a half-sister to the second dam of Zarigana. Decent enough career herself, Zarshana. She won the race. Zarkamia, the dam, finished second in the Group 3 Prix Minerve of 2014. And she also won the listed Prix de Tiberville, the race the dam won at Longchamp. She was Group 2 placed, third in the Prix de Royaillou, a race which is now a Group 1. And she was also placed in the Prix de Royaumont, a race which is now a Group 2. And she was second in the Prix de la Seine as well, which, as far as I'm aware, is still a listed race. Although I might be wrong. I did find one she actually was involved in the pedigree of, Zaria. Zaria was a gelding, born in 2020, sired by Frankel out of Zarshana. Zaria raced 11 times in his career, managing to win 4 races in the first 8 of 11 starts. Earnings of €189,370 in France. Zaire was Group 1 placed at his best, placed in the 2024 Group 1 Prix Gannet, also placed in the Group 2 Prix Foy and the Group 3 La Coupe, as well as winning the listed, being placed at 3 again in the listed Prix Frédéric de Lagrange. A horse it's quite unfortunate really not to have won a pattern race, it's fair to say, the gelding. Group 1, Group 2 and Group 3 placed as well as listed placed as well. Unfortunate, it's fair to say, not to have got his head in front at some point. Next one we need to take a look at is Zarkanda. People might remember this one going round. A gelding born in 2007, sired by Azamor out of Zarkasha. So again, another half-sister to the second dam of our horse. Zarkanda won 11 of his 35 starts. He was also played second in 6 and third in 4. In 21 of his 35 starts, the horse was in the first 3 for earnings of £911,734 UK pounds. This horse made his mark as a national hunt horse, really, as a hurdler, although it did race on the flat. The Aga Khan won a lot of races. Won the 2013 Grade 1 Aintree Hurdle, won the 2011 Grade 1 Triumph Hurdle, 4-year-old hurdler, Won the anniversary 4-year-old juvenile hurdle at Aintree as well in 2011. Won the 2014 French Grand Prix de Tom hurdle as well. And also won the 2011 Adonis Juvenile Novices Hurdle, Grade 2. Another Grade 2, the 2012 Elite Hurdle, the 2012 International Hurdle, Grade 2 at Cheltenham. Also won the Rendlesham Hurdle at Haydock and the Group 3 Betfair Hurdle at Newbury. Placed in other Grade 1 races, the Long Walk Hurdle as well in 2014, and was also placed in the 2015 World Hurdle and the 2015 Grand Course de d'Ortil, which is the Stayers Hurdle in France, over 5,100 metres, 3 miles, 1.5 furlongs. I think that is. So Zarikanda, top class hurdler, trained by Paul Nichols. I remember it going round very well, very good horse. It was, it's fair to say. Now it's time, I think, to look at the legendary second dam herself. Zarigana second dam, none other than Zarkava. Foaled in 2005, sired by Zamindar, out of Zarkasha, as we know. Zarkava was unbeaten, 7 starts, 7 victories in a magnificent career, earning $4,763,656 US. Brilliant horse. You'll see there that she won at Group 1. She won the 2-year-old race that Zarkania didn't win. The Group 1 Prix Marcel Boussac at 3. What a career. She won the Arc, the Prix Vermeil, the French 1,000 guineas, the French Oaks, and the Group 3 Prix de la Grotte that Zarkania won. It all started with the same race that Zarkania won this year. I mean, are we looking at this campaign here? This horse is Zarkava, trained by Alain Dupré, champion 2-year-old filly in France, 2007. She broke the French 1,000 guineas race record at the time with 1 minute 35.2. She retired from racing in 2008 to be bred to Dalakani in 2009. We know she is the dam of Zarkania, the dam of this horse. She is also the dam of Zarak. Zarak, upcoming stallion, foaled in 2013, sired by the legendary stallion Jubawi, out of Zarkava. Decent enough career on the track. Zarak finished in the first 3 in 8 of his 13 starts, managing to win 4 races, earning €827,115 and 420,000 AED, I presume they're Arabic currency of some sort. Good career, Zarak. Also finished second 3 times. At 3, the horse was second in the French Derby of 2016, and also second in the Prix Guillaume d'Ornano, and third in the Prix Dollar. But it was at 4 that the horse made his breakthrough, really, winning the Group 3 Dubai Millennium Stakes at Meydan, and then winning the Group 1 Grand Prix de Saint-Cloud of 2017, also second in the Group 1 Prix Gannet, before entering stud at Arras du Bonneval in France, where the horse, to be frankly, has done magnificently. Currently standing for a 2025 stud fee of €80,000. Very good. Aga Khan owned stud. Very good record. You'll see that Zarak has made a very good start at stud in his first 3 crops of all sired graded winners in. Well, 453 foals by Zarak have gone round, have been born, 259 of them have ran. And between them, 190 of them have won 439 races. 30 individual stakes winners have sired 50 winners of 50 stakes races. And there has also been 19 graded race winners who have sired 24 graded race wins between them. What a very encouraging sire this is at the moment. Leading first season sire in France and Germany in 2021. This horse already got 3 sons at stud. I was looking earlier. You'll see even at age of 2, there's graded winners at 2 already. You know, this is a very good stallion, it's fair to say, at all ages. After what, 5 crops? Colts and fillies, well, the Colts look to be holding sway at the minute. 16-8 in graded victories at the moment. So we don't mind the Colts off this line, do you? That's what I'm saying, really. You can see there that anything under 7 furlongs, people are struggling to produce graded winners. Above that, they're in business at whatever trip they would like. No stakes winners or graded winners in Australia as of yet for the horse. But most of the winners have come, you'll see, in France and Germany. 8 each and 11. That's France and Germany. Definitely looks the place to catch this stallion. No group winners in Great Britain or Ireland as of yet for Zamak. 1 in the USA, 2 in Italy, and 1 in Norway. But nothing in Great Britain and Ireland yet, which is a bit of an anomaly, I would say. I think we'll revisit that in a few seasons, and things might be vastly different. You'll see there, leading prodigies already side classic winners like Metropolitan, who won the French 2,000 guineas last year. Also signed Hayes Ark as well, which I think is sadly no longer with us. But yeah, very good horse. Very good stallion at this point, Zarak, and one worth looking at. Zarigana is another man. A mare foaled in 2017, sired by Siuni out of Zarkava. This is a very interesting horse as well, Zarkava. She only won 2 out of her 3 starts. Very lightly raced career. Earnings of €31,800. Winner of the listed Prix Charles Lafitte of 2020. 2023 filly by Frankel there. Hitting the track at 2 this year. Absolutely frightening. That horse could be. But yeah, Zarkava playing her part. The next one we need to take a look at is Zarek. My old mate Zarek actually did follow this horse. People will see that Zarkava is the second dam of Zarek, a gelding. Born in 2017, sired by See the Stars, out of a dam called Zerkaza. This horse started to race quite well in France and then ended up in Australia. Well, I think it's won a couple of pack races. Zarek has raced 22 times in his career, winning 5. In the first 3 in 10 of 22 starts. Earnings of 519,325 Australian dollars and 40,770 euros in France. I don't think the horse was patent quality in France, if I remember. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, it was. It was placed in 2 French listed races in 2020, the Prix Michel Hoivet and the Prix Touraine. At 4, the horse was Group 1 4th in the Metropolitan Handicap and placed in the listed City Tassels Cup. At 5, the horse won the listed Randwick City Stakes. And at 6, the horse won the Group 3 Neville Selwood and was placed in the Group 2 Hollindale Stakes at the Sunshine Coast. The race was actually run tonight, I think. Might be wrong, but it might be. Zarek, yeah, an Australian horse really, placed in 2 French listed races before enjoying a reasonable career in Australia. Rather frustrating horse, really. Backed him a few times in Australia, the horse has never won. I was quite disappointed in him in the end. Another horse we need to take a look at is Zarkasha now. We are at the 3rd dam of the horse. Zarigana, we got there in the end. Zarkasha, a mare foaled in 1999, sired by Kayazi, out of a dam called Zarkana. Zarkasha was unraced, so the 3rd dam of the horse unraced. We've got some other horses to look at though, some relatives, as you would expect off this line. Zarkaya, a mare foaled in 1997, sired by Catrail. Can't say I'm familiar with that stallion. Out of a dam called Zarkana, so this is a half-sister to the 3rd dam of our horse, Zarkasha. Zarkaya raced 7 times in her career, 2 wins and a second, and for earnings of $86,455 in France and Great Britain. Okay. You can tell this is an American site at times, can't you? Zarkaya raced well. She won the Group 3 Prix Sandringham of the year 2000, which is now a Group 2 race, a Group 3 race when she won it, and was also second in the listed Prix Angeville. Zabiari, I think, is a horse out of Zarkaya. Is she? No? Oh, yeah, Zarkaya is in fact the 3rd dam of this horse that I found. Zabiari, a colt, born in 2021, sired by Wotton Bassett, out of Zarigana. There's some very interesting horses on this line if people are willing to chance it. You never quite know how good they're going to be, and if they're good, you can see that you're going all the way to the very top. Zabiari has raced 6 times and has finished in the first 2 in 4 of his 6 starts, earning €112,440 in France. This horse may be coming back this year at 4, hopefully. Not noticed it yet, maybe he has done already. Horse was a good 2-year-old, Group 3 winning 2-year-old in 2023, winning the Prix de Chêne, and was also placed in 2 listed races at Deauville, the Prix Roland de Chambord and the Criterium de Fond European d'Elevage. Very good horse, Zabiari. Where is he now, though? That's one to look out for, isn't it? People want to grab a pen and paper and write him down. Let's have a look at what other ones I found. Zarigana, a gelding born in 2003. We didn't really get much on the Pedigree Online Thoroughbred database of these 2. This one a gelding by Anabar out of Zarigana. So again, another half-sister. This one raced a lot of times, really, and went flat racing for the Aga Khan and then hurdling for JP McManus after a while. You'll see on the flat, the horse was listed placed at best. Listed placed in 2006 when still with the Aga Khan. Did win a race, that maze on the feet, listed placed in 2 flat races before being purchased by JP McManus. It didn't really hit any great heights over hurdles, winning at Fontainebleau and Bordeaux, being placed in a listed hurdle at Enghien-Saucy, track that is no longer used. And then it was in claimers after that. JP soon got sick of the horse, and then the horse's career was what it was. But yeah, listed placed over flats and over hurdles. Zarigana. Another one's quite similar campaign, although probably a bit better, is Zarkali, a gelding born in 2001. This one is out of Scarborough, out of Zarkana. So again, another half-sister to Zarkasha, the third dam of our horse again. A fairly useful dual-purpose horse, it's fair to say. Probably better over both codes. It actually only ran 4 times over on the flats, winning at Fugger's for Sean Mulryan. One first time out for the Aga Khan, and then he sold it, which is let's have a year off nearly. Then the horse, as a hurdler, did quite well on a chaser. It was a listed placed hurdler in 2005 at Enghien-Saucy. Group 2 placed chaser at Auteuil in 2006. Listed placed again, chaser. I don't know if it won any races. Group 3 place chaser, listed place chaser there. Listed place, Group 1 place there in Italy. Group 1 placed hurdler, chaser, for Sean Mulryan in 2007 at Murano. The horse just didn't win very often, did it? It was placed in another Group 3 there. 4th in a Group 2 there. Then it won a few hurdle races. Pompadour and Vittel and Enghien-Saucy. Yeah. Again, the horse really pretty much was what he was then, once he left Mr. Mulryan. Yeah, decent enough hurdlers, Arkali and Chaser. I think he's rated about 135, according to the Racing Post. We know at the 4th dam of the horse, Zarigana. Zarigana, a mare foaled in 1992, sired by Newman out of Zana. This one, Zarigana, did race 8 times and raced quite well in the first 3 in 5 of 8 starts, winning twice. But the horse only earned €16,222 on the track. No black type form to note there either from Zarigana, so she was probably one of them horses going around in conditioned races and the falling short of pack company that you get in France. Relative I did find was Zaranda, a mare foaled in 1993, sired by Last Tycoon out of Zana. Zaranda raced 5 times in her career. She was only out the first 2 once in 5 starts, 3 wins in the second. Earnings of €82,322 for a 5-race career in France. Very good career. She won 2 listed races. She won the Prix Amandine and the Prix de Pin of 1996. She was also fourth in the foray that year and second in the Group 2 Prix de Start as well. I'm going to say that is probably a typo. Almost the race doesn't exist anymore. Prix de Start there at Deauville. Group 2 placed dual listed winner Zaranda. The fifth dam of the horse Zana was born in 1987, sired by Shernazar, which is her Shergar's brother, out of Zara. Zana again probably fell short on the track. She was in the first 3 in 4 of 7 starts, winning once and finishing second once. But again, she only earned €5,717, UK pounds, on the track this one. Zana was sent to Ireland, where she might have raced, owned and bred, as we know, by the Aga Khan. And that is the sixth dam of the horse, I think, isn't it? Is that the sixth dam, Zana? Let's have a look at Zarigana. I know Zana is the fifth dam. The sixth dam of the horse was called Zara, that's right. Closed her tab down by mistake. Zara, a mare born the same year as me, 1974, sired by Habitat out of Petit Etoile. Zara, again, fell short on the track, never won. Placed 3 times in 10 starts and earnings of €3,583 going around in 1974. Zara, you'll see there, trained in France by Francois Maffei, sent to England and owned and bred by the Aga Khan. The seventh dam of the horse is a legend of racing, which is why I've included her, Petit Etoile. A mare foaled in 1956, sired by Petition, out of a dam called Star of Iran. You think that Mumtaz Mahal is only the 4th dam of this horse, Petit Etoile? Petit Etoile was never out of the first 2 in her career. 14 wins and 5 seconds, and she earned only £72,626 UK pounds for doing all of that. And they whinge about modern prize money now. These people are just professional whingers. There has always been poor prize money in the UK. They're just controlled opposition whingers. Do not listen to them. Petit Etoile, owned by Prince Ali Khan and bred by His Highness the Aga Khan and Prince Ali Khan. The horse was actually second at 2 in the Malcolm before winning the 1,000 Guineas and the Oaks in the UK in 1959. The horse also won in 1959 the Yorkshire Oaks, the Champion Stakes, the Sussex Stakes and the Free Handicap. At 4 in 1960, the horse won the Coronation Cup, the Victor Wilde Stakes, but she was starting to look a bit vulnerable then, beating the King George and the Queen Elizabeth Stakes. And at 5, the horse won the 1961 Coronation Cup, also won the Coronation Stakes, the Sandown Park Coronation Stakes, the Rouse Memorial Stakes and the Scarborough Stakes. Second in the Queen Elizabeth II Stakes. Champion European 3-year-old filly of 1959 and 1960. Dual classic winner. And the 7th dam of Zarigana. I mean, we've got some serious horses on this line, you know. And this horse has only finished twice, finished second once in 4 starts. You know, she certainly got off to the sort of start that we would be looking for as slow internet there. Petit Etoile, 7th dam. There you'll see of Zarigana. So some very interesting horses. If people look at this pedigree on the historic line, they will see it ties in to Mumtaz Mahal and Mumtaz Begum. All of the layers that we do like to see on 9C. There's our little section there that offers Star of Iran. And then you've got Petit Etoile, Zara, Zana, all the way to Zarkava and her classic wins in 2008. Then you've got Zainta. One I actually missed there, look. Zainta. We'll have to open her up and see what she's doing. That's quite sloppy for me, really, isn't it? Yeah, I really should have had her lined up before now. But we'll have a look at her anyway. Let's just open her up here. Hopefully the internet not too slow now. And we'll have a look at her, see what she did. She definitely deserves a place in a video. Classic winner foaled in 1995, sired by Kayazi out of Zala. You'll see there that Zara, who is the sixth dam of our horse, is the second dam of Zainta. Zainta won 6 of her 8 starts, a very good strike rate, and earnings of £264,242. You know, she won the 1998 French Oaks. She also won another Group 1, the Prix Saint Hilary. She also won the Group 3, Prix de la Nanette, the Group 3, Prix Vanto, and she was also third in the Prix Vermeil. Very good horse. Did she breed anything? Doesn't say there that she is a black type producer, does it? One there that raced 36 times for $500,000, 20 times for 263,000. Oh yeah, I think I remember Zaynar going round on Zaidpur, yeah. 2 geldings, probably with little bits of pattern form. But in the grand scheme of this, irrelevant really, because we're dealing with the cream of the crop, or else this video would have been an hour and a half long. I've had to eliminate a lot of horses from this video. You'll see though that this horse really does go all the way back to the foundation, what I consider the foundation Aga Khan horses really, in the 1930s. Horses like Mahmood and Migoli. So it's rude not to take a look at them really. Migoli, a horse born in 1944, sired by Boys Roussel out of Mar Iran. The same dam, Mar Iran, is the second dam of Petit Etoile and the dam of Migoli. Absolutely frightening. Migoli raced 21 times and won 12. But here's another one in the first 3 in 18 of 21 starts. Earnings of $98,139 again. He earned more in 1944 than Petit Etoile did, going round 20 odd years later. Less than that, actually. Migoli, a good 2-year-old, won the Dewhurst, also won the Aintree Derby, whatever that is, the Champion Stakes, the Eclipse, the King Edward VII Stakes, the Craven, the Royal Standard Stakes, the Rose of York Sweepstakes, the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, the Great Midland Breeders' Plate and the White Rose Stakes. Sire to Hall of Famer Gallant Man, as among others, very good horse, Migoli. It can be argued that Mahmood was probably a little bit better. Mahmood, a horse born in 1933, better stallion anyway, sired by Blenheim out of Marmahal. I don't know if the numbers back that up, but I've always seen Mahmood in more pedigrees than Migoli growing up. Mahmood won 4 of his 11 starts, but again in the first 3 in 9 of 11. Earnings of 15,026 UK pounds. Mahmood, again, a good 2-year-old, winner of the Richmond Stakes and the Champagne Stakes. Third in the Middle Park Plate, I think that's the Middle Park now, of 1935. At 3, the horse won the 1936 Derby and was second in the 2000 Guineas and the St James's Palace Stakes, and third in the Ledger. Won 1 classic and was placed in the other 2. Fantastic horse. English champion, 3-year-old male of 1936. Entered stud in 1937. Sold in America to 1940. That's when America started to get quite serious, you see. He was one of the first ones, Mahmood. Pensioned in 1959. Died in September 1962, buried on the land that is now Gainsway Pharmacy. This line is steeped in the history of racing, really, in several countries, it's fair to say. That's why it's worth taking a look at. Right, I think what we can do now is we can end up looking at the pedigrees all day long of horses like this. What we can do is we can close some tabs down to save on CPU and think about watching the horse win 3 races. We're going to go, like I said, we're going to go all the way back to the very start of the horse's career on the 14th of the 7th, 2024 at Chantilly, over 7 furlongs. A newcomers race. This is an interesting race. It's fair to say these newcomers races in France, you never quite know what you're going to get. I suppose people might have known what they were going to get. If they looked at the pedigree on this day, before the race, let's watch Zarigana's debut and see what we think.
So this is a race for the unraced 2-year-old fillies, and it's over 1,400 metres. They're ready to go, and they're off. Tokata was rather green coming out of the starting stalls, and so was Sapodilla, who was slow. And the first out is Khadija alongside Hot and Beauty. Those two are a couple of lengths in advance of Renda Medicis on the extreme outside, and looking rather keen is Zia Agnese, just overtaken by Scarlet Valentine and Zarigana as they go towards the turn. Further back to Eleonora and the last two. Tokatar now on the running rail with Mon Apollus on the outside. The leader is Khadija. Hot and Beauty is in second place, and then 2 lengths away to Sapodilla, who's now moved into third after that poor beginning. On the outside, Renda Medicis, chased up by Zarigana, and then comes Scarlet Valentine as they turn in, with Zia Agnese looking green but pushed along to the outside of Eleonora. The back marker is Mon Apollus, and the leader is Khadija, but being tackled by Hot and Beauty, and it is Khadija on the rail, Hot and Beauty to the outside. Here comes Zarigana. Renda Medicis is banging contention as well as they face the last 200 metres, and Zarigana is the one quickening on as Green changes her legs there, but she's in front, in control. She's got an engine. Zarigana is the winner. Second place Renda Medicis, third Hot and Beauty, and fourth Khadija. So it is Zarigana who goes on to win. Nice performance from Zarigana. Learn a lot for that. Second, number 9, Renda Medicis. Third, number 6, Hot and Beauty. And fourth, number 8, Khadija. Fifth place going to number 10, Eleonora, followed by number 1, Tokatar.
Wow. That is what I think people in horse racing describe as a devastating turn of foot. That people saw on debut there from Zarigana. Put the field to bed, didn't she? In a matter of 4 or 5 strides, she was gone. Absolutely sensational performance, and obviously I've been watching her since that day. The video would have been done a lot earlier had she won the Group 1 pre-Marcel Boussac at 2. I never bring losers to video, so obviously I was so relieved that they never went for the Guineas first time out, and they managed to win a trial with her so we could get her video done as a 3-year-old rather than a 2-year-old. But that really was a scintillating debut performance at 2, wasn't it? You can't take nothing away from the filly. Absolutely magnificent 4-length romp, rated 90 by the Racing Post. We're now going to move forward 6 weeks, nearly 8 weeks actually, to the 12th of the 9th, 2024, and the Group 3 Prix du Mans at Longchamp, trying to step up from newcomers racing into Pat & Company. And Group 3 level, let's see what happened in this race. Group 3 for 2-year-olds.
She's now an odds-on favourite, fractionally odds-on here. Relax comes in. Set now. Ready. They're racing. Relax went down to the gate, recovered, but missed the start. First to begin in the centre is Lady Majesty Sen, and is going to lead over in second placing Angiel. Into third goes La Guayopacima, and deeper on the track is Rosa Selvage. Then came behind them to Zarigana, the favourite in the green jacket. On the inside is Iron Bird. Last of all, after missing the start, is Relax. So they race down towards the last 1,000, and the front runner is Lady Majesty Sen, with Christophe Soumillon by a length. In second is Rosa Selvage. Racing third on the inside is Angiel. They were followed in fourth by La Guayopacima, and then a length and a half to the blue jacket, white sleeves of Iron Bird, who's down on the inside of Zarigana, and last of all is Relax. They come down the false straight. Leader is Lady Majesty Sen, no change. Second is Rosa Selvage in the black jacket on the outside. Third is Angiel. Fourth placing is La Guayopacima. Then came on the inside to Iron Bird, Zarigana, and Relax is last at the top of the straight. Less than 500 to go. Throughout it's been Lady Majesty Sen. In second, ridden along Rosa Selvage. The leader ran about a bit. Angiel down on the far side. They were followed then by Iron Bird. And here comes the favourite Zarigana. Zarigana just quickly moves up on the outside. She pounces on them. It's all over. Zarigana, very impressive, is starting to come right away. Hands and heels by Miguel Barcelona. That's a big win. Zarigana first. Angiel runs second. Third in the race, Rosa Selvage. They were followed in by La Guia Pacima, but that's a pretty impressive win to Zarigana. 2 from 2 now. She won her maiden over 1400 at Chantilly, and today has been ultra impressive in this Group 3 contest. She'll go straight into the Marcel Boussac, and she'll be hard to beat on that performance. Number 1, Zarigana. Miguel Barcelona, trained by Francis Graffard for the Aga Khan, has won it over number 7, Angiel. Good run. Aurélien Lemaitre, and third going to number 2, Rosa Selvage, Stéphane Pasquier. Fourth in was horse number 3, La Guia Pacima, and fifth in to horse number 5. 1-7-2.
I mean, already after watching this horse race twice, I'm beginning to sort of run out of superlatives about the horse. I mean, you would have thought that the debut win was impressive enough, wouldn't you? But that was absolutely scintillating, wasn't it? In a Group 3 race, on her second start, she has literally been switched to the outside by the jockey Miguel Barcelona, and she has absolutely flown home to take out her first pattern race and her first Group 3 victory. I mean, I think they underestimated the opposition in the Prix Marcel Boussac. I thought they thought they were riding an aeroplane rather than a horse, and unfortunately, she is currently only a Group 1 placed after finishing second in the Prix Marcel Boussac to end her 2-year-old campaign, which, if she decided to go for this race, the French 1,000 guineas first time out, would have been an absolute disaster, because it would have meant that I wouldn't have been able to do the video until if she won the guineas after she won it, and then used as an Oaks filly, because Zarkava won the Oaks. You know, this horse will stay a lot further. Well, it doesn't have to stay a lot further, does it? The Arc. Zarkava won the Arc as well. The Oaks in France, don't forget, is only 1 mile, 2.5 furlongs. But this is a horse, a serious horse. And it was very, very pleasing to see her come back out to land her second Group 3 in the Prix de la Grotte at Longchamp on the 13th of April 2025, because it meant I was able to get the horse on side in the video. So let's watch her comeback appearance and see what we think, shall we?
She's perfect. To the outside stall 7. She's perfect will complete the line. They are set to race. And they're off in the Prix de la Grotte, Group 3, over 1,600 metres. Lady Majesty Sen, the first to show. She's perfect to the outside of Tigress of Gaul. Zarigana, the green jacket, is in a handy fourth on the outer of Rosa Salvaje. The black silks on the inside, the pink of Sophia. And the back marker is Godspeed, as She's Perfect comes through on the outside to just about lead under Kieran Schumark to Lady Majesty Sen in second place. Tigress of Gaul unbeaten in 2 on the all-weather in third position. Zarigana tracking that on the outer of Rosa Salvaje. Sophia is 1 from last. Godspeed is the back marker as She's Perfect continues to lead. Tigress of Gaul and Aurélien Lemaitre on the outside of Lady Majesty Sen, and then Zarigana, having been reshod on her off-4 down at the start, is in fourth position at the moment under Miguel Barcelona as they come beyond halfway. Rosa Salvaje is next, and then Sophia, also unbeaten in 2. The back marker is Godspeed, so She's Perfect is going to lead them into the home straight here, running towards the last 500, and it is She's Perfect. Tigress of Gaul is driven on the outside to challenge. On the inner, Lady Majesty Sen. Zarigana is still cruising just in behind under an ice cool Miguel Barcelona as they run inside the 300. In the centre, She's Perfect. The far side, Lady Majesty Sen, and now getting a shake of the reins, Zarigana on the outside. Zarigana asked to come past She's Perfect, who is putting in a mighty fight. Zarigana, though, getting on top, and Zarigana wins the Prix de la Grotte to She's Perfect in second. Godspeed third. Tigress of Gaul in fourth place.
Again, there, you'd have to say
has taken care of the Prix de la Grotte, but made to...
You'd have to say that was visually the least impressive of the 3 runs that we've watched. Although, to be fair to the UK Raider, she's perfect. She put in a pretty good effort there to finish second. The Charlie Fellows trained horse. But hopefully, Zarigana will leave that form a long way behind and go on to much greater things after securing her second Group 3 win. To go with her one Group 1 placed effort. Is Zarigana a classic horse? Well, you've seen at the start of the video that we've shown that she is a participant in the French 1000 Guineas this coming weekend. So I should imagine there's a fairly good chance that people will see this horse on Classic Watch 2025 at some point. Will she be good enough to take the race out? Well, I hope so. Yeah, that will be very interesting to see how they campaign her. If she does win this race, I imagine all roads will lead to the French Oaks after this, and maybe will she try and emulate her grandmother and win the French Guineas, the French Oaks and the Arc in the same year? The second dam, of course, Zarikava, did manage to do that. All of this is conjecture at this stage, pure conjecture. But in my opinion, this horse is one of the most promising horses in the world, heading into the early stages of her 3-year-old campaign, and it will be absolutely fascinating to see how she pans out. Right, I think we can leave this video here now. Thank you very much to everybody for taking the time to watch the video. As always, it's very much appreciated. What I will do is I'll leave you a copy of the Classic Watch 2025 Possibles, so you can all take a look at the Possibles at your own leisure. I think there's nearly 50 now, I think. And I will also leave an opportunity for those who have watched this video without choosing to subscribe to the channel. I will leave you all an opportunity to subscribe if you so wish. But for now, I think we can think about wrapping this video up. An interesting weekend of classic action in Longchamp, French 1000 and 2000 Guineas, no doubt at all, dominating the landscape this weekend. Then it's the key middle distance trial in the UK, the Dante Stakes at York next week, heading towards the UK, the middle leg of the UK Classics, the Derby and the Oaks. Plenty to come in the horizon. We haven't even got started with any Irish Guineas yet. They're at the end of May, the 3rd week in May, I think about the 24th. But for now, I think I can leave this video here. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the upcoming weekend. Have a fantastic weekend. Look after yourselves and your loved ones. Take care of each other, and goodbye.